Okay, first try. Yeah, okay. So, hello all, hello world. Let me fix my settings real quick. This is stream not 118. Last time I was also not 118. This time is 117. Yeah. So this is day 117 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Yeah, the number last time was wrong. I don't know how that happened, but it just kind of happens. Yeah, I took my OS final today. I did passably well, I think. And then I just got one more final, and then I'm pretty much free. So hopefully we can make some really good progress on the back end, if not completely finish it by the end of break. It's a little bit ambitious to say that I'll finish all of it, but I don't know. We'll see how the schedule works out. Yeah, last time we started structuring liveness analysis. This time we're gonna continue that and make as much progress as possible. I still want to spend some time tonight just resting up, so I'll probably try to keep this stream like an hour at most probably, but yeah, we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, so I guess no more delays. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, so we had this gen set visitor, we had kill set visitor. I believe we got most of the boilerplate done, so yeah. So there's a couple of to-dos that I had left over. Yeah, I guess register allocation matters insofar as literal registers, so condition codes are technically gen and kill, but I don't think it would make sense for us to care about that, at least in this instance. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it here. I'm not sure if return should also do interesting things after a call. Or actually no, it shouldn't. Or I guess a call probably should probably set something. Yeah, we should probably have call set set RAX. But yeah, we'll figure that out in a second. For now, let's get the convert instructions fixed up real quick. So that's CLTQ or CQTO or just the, I guess, extend into one or two registers instructions. I believe we had some sort of a flowchart defined for that somewhere. I don't remember where that lived though. I think it was it might have been in the toString, right? Or no, wait. No, it should be. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we should get from and to regardless, I think. And then we need to figure out what goes in the output. I think the output is specifically two registers. I forgot which ones they are. Yeah. Is there I remember there being a comprehensive-ish list of all of these. Was it here? Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't think it was here though. Is it this? This is not what we care about, I'm fairly sure. ESP, which you should never use, true. Oh, that's all interesting to read through, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna save this, actually. I feel like this is a very sane way to, think about things, at least. To all of our... Oh. Interesting, wait. Wait, then do I do the correct registers then? That's something I'm concerned about. So we can test. I know we can definitely check the expected. It's in op, I believe. MIR? MIR? Or no, LIR. Okay, we do put it in the correct place, I think. Right, wait, what am I doing here? We set 11 and 12. And then, okay, I see. And then we CLTD. Okay, cool. Okay, so we do put it in the right place, but I forgot where the page that shows all of that is, at least. I swear there was a nice page somewhere that had everything, but I can't seem to find it. Do any of y'all remember? Because I do not remember what page it was. Oh wait, maybe it's in the link in here? Huzzah, okay, we found it. What's up, Kranza? Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in the chat, so welcome to the stream, I guess. I'm cleaning up my liveness analysis stuff that I started last time. Right now. Conversion. These are the ones we care about. Okay, so it is just the A register, I think. Or A register and or extend into, or AX into maybe DX. So we could do that real quick. Okay. So I think we could do something similar with like this flowchart here as well. So let's go in here real quick. So we have that. Yeah, so we want to check from equals to, because then that, I believe those are, that's how I'm representing the, like, a cross register sort of operation like that, yeah. That actually looks correct to me, so I think I'll do it like that. I've always wanted to catch you live. You rock, thank you. Yeah, thanks for showing up and stopping by. I feel like if nobody watched my streams, it would unironically be very difficult for me to keep going, just because like perceptually it's just like kind of talking to myself, which, well, I guess I do that regardless, but like it just like it feels very dim, I guess. So y'all's support really does mean a lot, and it makes a very large difference. Okay, so the from for this is the gen set, so this is the source. So how do I want to do this? I could probably like add this in operand maybe, like as a register conversion thing. Okay, let's look at the x86 registers. Ah, full blind. Okay. Okay, so this is missing the 64-bit, which makes sense because I only looked up x86, but I think the only ones we care about are the 32-bit ones, right? Or those in the 64-bit. So I think Yeah, the from should not change, actually. This is just the from. The to will change depending on what is happening, but... yeah, so we have... Okay, let's close out of that for a second. Let's look at the header again. This is our whole pile of registers. Yeah, those are the... Maybe I could separate these, like 64-bit, 32-bit, maybe. Yeah, okay, that doesn't get eaten up by the formatting, which is nice. Okay, so we should probably add a function that also, I guess, changes it around. Oh yeah, adding constant stuff. I need to add that to my to-do list. Yeah, this is my big pile of to-do. So this is like, add const expr, two things. Okay, we're gonna hide that again. Okay, so we have toString, we want like, register num to 64-bit. Yeah, so we can do that, and then we can do like 32-bit. Or like to size maybe? Yeah, we could do to size actually. That could be clever. Maybe I should. What else should I call this? I don't think to size makes sense. To sized maybe? Or as size. I don't know. Yeah, so we have the... What are we calling this? I swear there was a place where we called it something. We could call it like sizecast or something. I don't know. This is difficult. Naming things is probably the hardest part about this. And low-key, there's like a lot of pressure just from like streaming. Oh. Let's call this. We'll just call it to sized. Yeah, to sized, I guess. And then we want data size, like that. Then we need to include data size. So this is backend. Our data size. Okay. So this will be a really funny function to write because it's also more boilerplate. Yeah. So we can just kind of steal. Oh, this is literally too long to fit inside. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then yeah, so we can just do that. Yeah, that will be very boring. Okay, and then maybe I should give virtual registers a size actually. That could be smart. Yeah, and then I could like stick data size in the registers even. I don't know. I'll think about that as a design choice, but yeah. So let's make a macro real quick. So let's have this go all the way down to here. We can go back up here. And then we can do that. So now we can have it not work. Okay. Let's make a macro. Oh, I see why it doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's actually just undo that real quick. So let's, instead of deleting it, let's copy it. And there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so then we can figure out what to do with these. Yeah, this is just gonna be a really ugly function, I fear. Can I do a nested switch block? Oh, this is the thing. Okay. Okay, this is just gonna be super nested, but it is what it is. Switch size. So then we want case data size. Oh, I don't have LSP here. Okay, let's. We just care about double word, and then we care about quad word for now. Oh, quad word. Nice. Here we want to return. So double word is EAX, and then quad word is RAX. Alright, let's try that. So that's what we want it to look like at the end of that. So let's record the macro, go up, we can copy all of this. We can paste it down here. And then we can yank this line, or I guess we could yank to end here. This is the big register. Line break. And we can yank the line there. We can paste like that. That looks correct. And we can delete that, and then we can end the macro. Huzzah! So now I can do like what, 10 of that? Yeah, we love automating. Okay, cool. We have a lot of errors because we don't have default yet, but what do we do with that? We might just have to like yeah, this double dispatch shit is really annoying. I guess we could like default unreachable it maybe. So let's steal that. Let's paste that there. We can go down here. There we go. Okay, that's all done now. This code is very boilerplate, but it is what it is. This is kind of this file. or don't. It's up to you. Smiley face. Okay. Let's build real quick. Oh, that's good, Skills. Good to see ya. I could be misremembering, but I think you mentioned your assembly final. I don't remember if it was today or it was supposed to be like tomorrow. Yep, still building. Yeah, I'm not excited to do a clean build eventually. Today, ooh, good to hear that went well. I had my OS final today. And that went passably well. I can't say it went very well, but it went alright, which is more than I can ask for, to be honest. Okay, where am I? I go into liveness. So you get from, and then... Actually, we don't even need that. We can... We want to get register. Oh, we need to give this the damn operand manager thing in the constructor. Both of these, actually. Both visitors, rather. And then we do this again down here as well. $95 on the DSA final. Oh, nice, good stuff. And then we need to save that real quick. So we have the operand manager there as well. OM is OM. Huzzah, okay. We need this here. Change that. I think that's all, right? Oh, I need to copy OM down. Okay, cool. I think that's it for that, at least. Let's commit some stuff real quick. There. Add reg size conversion in liveness. Or not liveness, operand. How to start doing compiler. If you haven't already, I think a good starting, I guess, textbook or I guess like exercise book to work through is it's called Crafting Interpreters. It's like an online book. It helps get you familiar with like programming languages theory. Once you get through that, I would recommend Writing a C Compiler by Nora Sandler. Yeah, those are pretty frequent recommendations of mine. Maybe I should actually set up a YouTube chatbot, huh? Yeah, let me look this up real quick. It's on the side monitor. Is your OS final your last, or do you still have more? I have game dev tomorrow, but then I'm like truly fully done. YouTube. There has to be a way to add these. Maybe like Nightbot? This seems annoying. I'll do this. I'll look at this off stream. That might be a fun like break exercise for me. Maybe I'll like spend a stream just like doing more like production side things at some point, if that's something that y'all are interested in. Just a little bit more behind the scenes ish. Is that all I added? Yeah, okay. We add LM to liveness. Okay. Ignore the name. Ignore the commit name. Yeah, the game dev class is really cool. At our school, it's known for like being a relatively, or at least it has a reputation for being one of the easier classes. But I'm glad I didn't take it sooner, because I feel like there's a lot of like PLT and a lot of like systems knowledge that I would have like, I don't think I would have been able to fully appreciate had I taken it sooner. I'm very glad that I took it when I did, and it's crazy to think that there's so much that goes into like the literal like logistics of game engines that like is all abstracted away for us, and it's just like wow, you know. Okay, so what do we do here? So get from is the size. We want get register. So then we want, or let's just try to de-train car couple of this real quick. So yeah, from AX reg. So we want to size. I'm gonna get from, or that, and then, or wait. Yeah, we can do it like that. And we could, I'm fine with train car coupling here, to be honest. We can do it like that, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. We get from, and then we can return, or we can gen insert from, or reg, like that. Okay, that's pretty neat. I think my brain would melt if I looked under the hood of Unity. Yeah, there's so many implementation details that like you wouldn't think of as being like very controversial, but it's still really crazy to think about, because like damn, like what Unity calls Euler angles aren't like Euler angles or something like that. There's like a lot of really strange stuff that happens that is just like existent for like I guess it's just a consideration that we kind of take for granted, and we don't even think about, I guess. And it's just like wow, you know. Okay, so we want to convert the relevant physical register here. So we want to switch on I get op. So we want what? Op. Binary op. I think the only one you care about right now is division, right? Oh, what the hell? No, I don't want live captions. Okay. I think we handled this in the tree tiling stuff somewhere. Yeah, we tiled the binary op. The only special case we have is yeah. Here. What did I do with the fee list here actually? I'm trying to figure this out. And that's left, and then moving one to the, what am I doing here? What? Wait, what am I generating? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. I'm gonna trust that this is correct, and I'm just gonna forget that I did anything there. Okay. Maybe I should separate out like the shift ops. Or I could just change them back to moves, to be honest, because it seems like we're gonna like coalesce anyway. So I don't think it really matters that much, at least. So, yeah. Yeah, what was I doing? idiv. So if this is idiv, then we can break like that. So if it's idiv, gen insert, what is the division register again? EAX. Yeah, we can do like that. Or wait. Huzzah. Okay. And we can break. I think that's all we need for physical registers here, at least. Those are the two sources, so yippee. The destinations will be interesting. I think we just stick it in one register, right? So it's like fine. Right? Hopefully. Oh wait, is this the wrong side actually? Wait. So we have in-source list, outsource list. What do we do with that? Wait. So out is a fee because that's like a move. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Going EX to the destination register. Yeah, and we already have the destination register sitting around. So then in list we take EAX and, or no, we move to EAX. I see. Okay, that makes reasonable enough sense. Yeah, okay. Think about starting a live stream inspired, just to keep it consistent. Ooh, fun stuff. I think Odyssey's a reasonable enough place to start. I haven't had much experience with that. That library. Library? What am I saying? That platform, but I imagine it's probably fine. YouTube is like kind of awkward at times just because of like how broken it is, but overall I'd say I've been like enjoying it sufficiently. What's good news? Good to see you. Working on cameras. Ooh, cool stuff. What is liveness? I believe I explained this last time, but it's like the idea is we want to figure out like which variables are active at once, so then we can like put them in the same register, or we can put variables that aren't alive at the same time into the same register, pretty much. I guess I didn't really explain what live is. I guess live is like we need the value at a future point for some reason or another. Okay. Yeah, so we can do that, I guess. Okay. LEA is fine, I think. Are you managing scope? What do you mean by scope specifically? Like things I want to do with it, or like literal like code scope? How do you start? The general idea, or I guess like I did take a compilers class before, so I'm like going a lot off of background info there, and then like using like Google and stuff. But if you're interested in like starting, I would suggest starting with the webbook crafting interpreters, and then after that point, moving on to the book Writing a C Compiler by Nora Sandler. I'll have like a chat command for that eventually, but that'll be a future task. Like variable scope. Variable scope is resolved like way earlier, in like the front end pretty much. After the front end, everything is kind of just global, but we just like make sure that it's all only used locally pretty much, I guess. How do you determine if you're going to need a variable in the future? There's like this nice fixed point iterative algorithm that I will implement, but we basically define which variables any instruction writes and which variables any instruction uses, and then, or I guess defines and uses are the traditional terms, and then like you kind of like propagate that information backwards until no changes are made. That's like kind of the the shortest explanation of it that I can give for now. I still don't understand what compiler engineers do. They fix compiler bugs, they build compiler stuff. Pretty much just like what I'm doing on stream, except on like a real project that affects more than one person, at least, every day. And I'm specifically targeting compiler roles because, well, I enjoy compilers a lot. So yeah, that's kind of my bias, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Where am I? What was I gonna work on next? I believe I wanted to check these real quick. I think this is fine. This is probably fine. Call I was curious about because no, we preserve registers, so that's fine. But this might overwrite RAX though, which is the interesting thing. So I need to think about whether that's a consideration. Or I guess it doesn't care about that for gen, at least. Or wait. Yeah. Wait, wait, no, this doesn't make sense. Wait. It has its parameters. Yeah. I guess I'll just like to do, is this correct? I'll just do that for now. I'm not really sure. Same for return as well, just for like calling convention reasons. I don't think I need to worry about return, but just in case, I think that's pretty fair. Feat we can think of as just like a multi-move, sort of, I think. Or move one of, or move if, I guess, maybe. So we need to like do something like this, maybe. Or we could just like, yeah, we could add all the dependencies in here. We should assume that, I guess, it reads from those. So we want I get source. We should take that as ref, I think. Right? No, we can just take the operand putters. Alright, yeah, we can just do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna insert. We should dynamic cast actually. Yeah, let's steal that. Rename like that. And then instead of here, we'll do that. Okay, cool. I think that's all we need here. We just check we just check everything, I guess, and we call it a day. It would be cool if we like cached this somewhere, but this is fine, honestly. Do you plan on building an assembler and linker too? Maybe. That will be very much a future task, if at all. I'm much less interested at that level, at least. But that's just like a personal preference thing, at least. Okay, how am I handling fees actually? I think if we just handle them as like, move if match, I think we're fine. Yeah, we could generate it like that at least. Yeah, we can assume that, I think. We don't need to do anything there, I think. We can just get dest again. Yes, that one's like trivial. Yeah, the call itself doesn't need this, I think. I think that should be fine. The return, I think, should be fine as well. We'll find out the hard way if that's wrong. This I'm concerned about because it might overwrite RAX, so I need to think about that. I don't think return also matters, to be honest. If you aren't assembling and linking it, how are you outputting it? I'm gonna generate an assembly file pretty much, and I'm just gonna run it with the system assembler and linker and just call it a day. Yeah. We will do it the lazy way. Okay. Special op. This is annoying. Let's do. Okay, where are all the to-dos here? Okay, we just have 4 to-dos, which is fine. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We can update convert real quick. We just need to change a couple of interesting things around. Yeah, okay. We don't care as much about from though. Yeah, so we have that. Or we should add the 2 regardless, I think. Or let's just I get from. Then we can I get 2. Yes, we get that, and then if they're the same, we'll handle that in a second. We should insert the 2 register regardless, or at least we should insert like. Wait, what is the why did I need that up here? Oh, I didn't have physical. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, because this is size. I see. Okay. So first we wanna. Gonna get register. That's 2 sized. This takes in. We want the 2 register. Yeah. And we want like register num RAX and then the 2 size. So we want to add that regardless. Yeah. Yes, that's like the obvious one. And then we have from here, and then if they're the same size, we also need to extend it out. So we want we can just copy this line pretty much. But then instead of RAX, I forgot which other register it extended to. It was in here. Whatever the RDX is, at least. Yeah, so we can do it like that. And I think this is fine. Yeah, we can do that. I think, yeah, that makes reasonable enough sense to me. This looks very boilerplate, but I promise it's not that bad. Yeah, okay. Maybe we could just throw this up here. And then throw like this. Yeah, that seems fair enough. Funny that this one's... Oh wait, no, this one's not longer. I think it's like as long. Anyway. Okay, so that's all, that pile is all resolved. So we just need to update the special ops stuff, which should just be dest, I think, right? Is it just dest? Right? Or is there like a specific register? Right. I feel like I generated it with a specific register. Yeah, there it's the AX. God damn it. Okay. So we can just do this. How deep do you want to go with this project? Any interest in optimization or running flags? The biggest focus I have is optimization. So like, it's mostly just like middle end stuff. The code base is like in my GitHub. You can like take a closer look if you want, but so far I've like implemented like SSA construction, a little bit of like graph simplification, and then like the very beginnings of inst combine. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do with this, but I just gotta give it a little more time, I guess. Right now my goal is to just at least get this to generate code so that I can at least like benchmark it against production compilers and we can see what's happening. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a good time. Overall, it should be pretty comprehensive, pretty solid. Why not use Zig? I just wanted C++ practice. That's literally the only reason that I'm using C++. But even still, I'd probably use Rust because I feel like it's just more interesting to me as a language, at least. Well, I get size here for the size. Let's see. What else do we want to throw into here? There was a to-do, right? Oh yeah, I wanted to add a if, I think, or a switch block here. If is fine, actually. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. So let's just throw this into here. Do that. Oh god, what did I do? There we go. Scared me for a second. Yeah, okay, this looks reasonable enough at least. I should probably throw this up here. Why not use AI? Because, well, if I'm practicing C++, I'm not really going to get the practice in if I have an LLM write all the code for me. Get op. Get op? Get op. We want lir binary auth. Also, that's not to say that like it's not valuable to like use generative AI. Like it is very good at like helping you move fast, and like there is value in like practicing with generative AI, but also like I get enough practice in that through other projects anyway. So like it's all just like I guess if you've heard of like the word telos, I guess like it's all just like about what my end goal for the project is. And the end goal for this isn't necessarily to like make something that will change the world, but it's to like help me hone my skills and like build up my knowledge base about compilers. And I think just like working through all the design decisions and all the problems by hand will get me a lot more mileage than using an LLM will, at least. That's my opinion, at least. Okay, I think that's everything here. So I need to figure out how to run this now. Or at least how to like run this and how to print this. So we can... Yeah, so we have gen and kill sets. I think that's all for that. So we could... commit, finish liveness, maybe? Need a test. What other projects do you make this up low level? So I do like some formal academic compiler research work. There's a lot of just like glue scripts there. So that I'm very happy to just use generative AI. I could not care less about writing a script that parses CSV files. Aside from that, there's like a couple of other things I've been working on. Our school's esports team has a Discord bot, so I help with maintaining that at least. That's all in Python, and one of the last things I want to do is write Python code, so yeah. Yeah, Aiden actually has been doing way more of that than I have, working on the bot. Yeah. Holy hell, I need to think about handing that off to someone in the future. That's a little annoying. Whatever. I have a year to figure that out, surely. It was the bane of my learning last year. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is. It gives you a lot of rope. You can choose what to do with that rope. You can either use it to get out of the hole, or you could use it to, I guess, you know the rest. Just push off of me? Okay. I guess I could do that, yeah. We could just continue the chain. The other thing we could do is we could make like a, make a GitHub organization, and I think we could like transfer that over there at least. I think that's probably like the more correct way to do it, but so it goes. What was I gonna implement? It's in the header. Oh, all of that. Do I need a constructor for this? I don't think I need one. No, I need a constructor. Because we pass in OM here, so we need to make an OM, I guess. Yeah, so we can do that. I mean, like, organization is always fun. What's your major? Computer science. How do you think OS went? I don't know, I thought it went well, but at the same time I was off by 10 to the 4th on the unit conversion from milliseconds to nanoseconds, so... But barring that, I think everything else went reasonably. Oh, I need to add that as well. That's not word. Yeah, we can just do that. Nice. Huzzah. And then the two vectors are default initialized, so that's fine. I don't need to worry about those. And we can paste all of those real quick. This is all very boilerplate. I don't know why I hit enter there. It looks like I'm writing C# or something. Alright, we're writing the get out function. Okay, what the fuck do I do with this function? Okay. Which year? I'm in my 4th year. I'm finishing up my undergrad degree right now and starting my master's at the same time. Clang format? Yes. I am using Clang format here to reduce the amount of stuff I need to think about. This is unique putters, right? We'll find out soon, I guess. Yes, list of unique putter. So this is a ref to a unique putter. And then we want, we should definitely, do we want to collect? Yes, we want to collect. We want to collect these. Okay, let's do. Oh wait, this is not quite what we want. I think we need to collect. We should collect gen and kill somewhere. We should make these. We should make these store them instead of storing register set. We should make these store a vector of register set. Yeah, like that. Because then we don't have to like recreate it every time, I think. We'll find out very quickly if this is a bad idea. But I also want this just to like literally print liveness. So like, I think this is a very reasonable ask, at least. Then I have to refactor, and that's annoying. Okay, let's not do that for now. If it comes to a point where it does cause an issue, I will do that. What do I do here? We want I to accept. We want to give it GSV or a ref to that, or oh wait, what? These are instruction visitor. Wait, so what's wrong here? Instruction visitor star. Wait, so why doesn't the address operator work here? Oh, wait, duh. We need to do that and then. So we want to make it take that and then, or not T, kill set visitor. Not that. What's wrong here? Oh, it's a dot. And we have kill as well. Okay, and then we can just do something with that in the future. I think we'd need to like store that somewhere. Cause I don't, or at least like cache it somewhere, cause I don't want to rerun this every time. That would really suck. Or at least I would want to store it. Some way of caching this. I'll figure that out later. I think this is a reasonable start. Actually, yeah. Okay, that's all I did. Implement stuff for liveness proper. Cool. Okay. I think I want to chill for the rest of tonight, so I'm gonna try to keep this brief, but I think the only thing I want to do right now, real quick, is just like see if I can get this at least running and not like crashing my code. So let's go to driver real quick. This is with like the actual like the actual executable. Couldn't speak English for a second. Yeah, so we have LIR. I think I'll just put this after here for now. We want liveness. And did I import that? Yes, okay. Yeah, so I want to be able to print this at least in some capacity. Is there a constructor for this? No, there isn't. I swear we have operand manager somewhere. Oh, wait, maybe we have like... What's the interface for this at least? What do I want it to look like? I think... Do I want just like LAR like regalloc or like allocate registers? Right? Do I have like... So passes I need to like do funky stuff with anyway. I think this is like integral enough to the backend that I'm comfortable like just throwing this straight in as a function. What's good, Rohit? Good to see you. I'm basically throwing a bunch of code at a wall and seeing what sticks right now. Okay, so if that, we want like, I don't know. Why do I have git instructions? Is this ever called? Yes, yes, it is absolutely called. I definitely use it somewhere. Maybe I should just like do a git operand manager thing temporarily. I don't know. Yeah, how do I print this actually? So we run passes on that. We call MR to LR on that. Or what we could do is we could make this take P, and then we can take the operand manager from P. Right. Yeah, because they're like linked anyway. So then... Or we could just make it take the visitors. That would probably be smart. Ah, this is annoying. Yeah, I need to figure out the interface stuff for this later. Let's just build real quick. Let's just make sure it builds. I think I will defer that to next time, probably. Yeah. Test. Okay, cool. It looks like it does about what we want it to, so that's good. we can just reset that. Okay. I think we'll just push that and call it a day. Yeah, apologies for the shorter stream, but I am a little bit tired, so I think I will call it here. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for showing up today. If you're new here, make sure you sub to the channel and join the Discord, which is in the description. If you're not, make sure you give the stream a like anyway. Yeah, y'all's support really does mean a lot. The amount of growth that I've seen across, what, 4 months now? 4 months. 4 months now, holy hell. Yeah, the amount of growth that I've seen and y'all's support has been very overwhelmingly positive, and it really does mean a lot to me. I'll be here tomorrow, roughly the same time, probably. We'll see how it all works out, but it should be like 7 o'clock Central Time. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, my LinkedIn, GitHub, description. Add me on those if you wish. Don't add me on those if you don't wish. I'm not gonna force you. Yeah, that's about it. Take care, y'all. Take it easy, and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.